The state of Pennsylvania, one of the most influential and populous states in America, is also very important in various aspects such as history, economy, politics, and natural resources, in addition to tourist attractions. This state is located in the northeastern region of America and has played a key role in the history and development of the United States due to its rich history, cultural diversity, and strategic location. The capital of Pennsylvania is Harrisburg, while Philadelphia, as its largest and most populous city, is the economic and cultural center of the state. Pennsylvania is one of the 13 early states that played a key role in American independence. The city of Philadelphia is where the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776, and the U.S. Constitution was signed in 1787. These fundamental documents have made Philadelphia an important symbol for democracy and freedom in America and the world. Politically, Pennsylvania plays a prominent role in the U.S. presidential election. The state is known as a swing state or gray state because its voters regularly switch between the Republican and Democratic parties in elections. Pennsylvania's electoral votes are crucial for presidential candidates and could determine the outcome of the election. This issue causes politicians and candidates to pay a lot of attention to the issues and problems of this state. Pennsylvania's economy is diverse and includes important industries such as steel, energy, agriculture, and technology. The city of Pittsburgh, located in western Pennsylvania, is the center of the American steel industry and is therefore known as the Steel City. Today, Pittsburgh has become a technology and research hub, hosting major companies in the fields of medicine, technology, and artificial intelligence. The agricultural industry is also very important in this state. Pennsylvania is known as one of the largest dairy producers in the U.S. and has a variety of agricultural products including corn, soybeans, mushrooms, and apples. Also, the Pennsylvania Dutch region, home to large Amish and Mennonite populations, plays an important role in local manufacturing and agriculture. In the energy sector, Pennsylvania is rich in natural resources and is one of the largest producers of coal and natural gas in the United States. The extraction of natural gas from the Marcellus Shale reservoirs has contributed to economic prosperity and job creation in this state in recent years. Pennsylvania is culturally diverse, with people of various ethnic backgrounds living in the state, including German, Irish, Italian, Polish, and African American. As one of America's cultural centers, Philadelphia has many museums, art galleries, and theaters that attract art and culture enthusiasts. The Philadelphia Museum of Art is one of the most famous museums in America and has valuable collections of European and American art. In addition, Pennsylvania has certain religious communities such as the Amish and Mennonites, which have a special and unique way of life. Pennsylvania Dutch culture is one of the cultural tourism attractions of this state, with its food, crafts, and traditional rituals. Philadelphia. This city is the place where American history was formed to a large extent. The Liberty Bell and Independence Hall are located here, where the American Declaration of Independence and the American Constitution were signed. Gettysburg is a historic city in Pennsylvania, where one of the most important battles of the American Civil War took place in July 1863. This battle, known as the Battle of Gettysburg, is a turning point in American history and led to the victory of the Union forces over the forces of the Confederate States, Southern. The Battle of Gettysburg was one of the bloodiest battles in American history and greatly influenced the fate of the Civil War and the future of the United States. The American Civil War was fought from 1861 to 1865 between the forces of the Union, North, and the Confederate States, South. The differences between the North and the South, especially in the field of slavery and states' rights, were among the main reasons for this war. Gettysburg, as one of the pivot points, was not only influential in the victory of the Union, but also ended the hopes of the South to attack the North and demoralize the Union forces. In July 1863, General Robert E. Lee, the Confederate commander, decided to increase the pressure on the Union government by attacking the North and capturing some important cities. He hoped that this victory would fuel the internal rebellion in the North and maybe even lead to the end of the war. This decision led to the three-day Battle of Gettysburg on July 3, 1863. A few months after the battle, in November 1863, the then U.S. President Abraham Lincoln gave his famous speech at the Gettysburg Memorial Service. This speech, known as the Gettysburg Speech, is considered one of the most important and influential speeches in American history. In this short and influential speech, Lincoln addressed issues such as freedom, equality, and national unity, and emphasized that this war should continue as a means to realize the ideals of democracy and freedom. He said, "This nation was born in the lap of freedom and adheres to the principle that all human beings are created equal." Emphasizing the importance of the victims of this war, Lincoln declared that the struggle for freedom and democracy must continue so that the government of the people, for the people, and by the people, is not destroyed. This speech not only helped cement Lincoln's position as one of America's greatest leaders, but also went down in American history as a symbolic statement for unity and equality. Day 1, July 1, Confederate forces approached Gettysburg and engaged Union forces. The Union forces were able to obtain suitable defensive positions in the hills surrounding the city. 2nd day, July 2, clashes intensified in important areas such as Small Round Hill and Wheatfield. The Union forces under the command of General George Meade managed to resist the attacks of the Confederates. 3rd day, July 3. On this day, the attack known as Pickett's Charge took place. General Lee ordered about 12,000 Confederate soldiers to attack the Union defense lines. This attack failed due to the defensive strength of the Unions, and many casualties were inflicted on the Allied forces. Consequences of the Battle of Gettysburg. After 3 days of intense fighting, the Allied forces were forced to retreat. This battle was considered a great victory for the Union and caused a significant decrease in the morale and strength of the Allied forces. Gettysburg was not only important from a military point of view, but also from a spiritual and psychological point of view. It had a great impact on both sides. This victory was able to revive the hope of the final victory in the hearts of the Union forces and change the course of the war in favor of the North. The casualties of this battle were very heavy, and more than 51,000 people were killed, wounded, and missing. This number of casualties showed the severity and horror of the American Civil War and made Gettysburg one of the bloodiest battles in American history. Today, the Battle of Gettysburg and the memory of its victims are kept alive by the Gettysburg National Military Park. The park includes areas where the battle took place, as well as museums, memorials, and a national cemetery. Through guided tours and various exhibits, visitors can learn about the history of this battle and gain a deeper understanding of its importance in American history. The importance of Gettysburg in American history. The Battle of Gettysburg and Lincoln's speech are not only historically important, but also as a symbol of the struggle for freedom, unity, and equality. Americans and world historians are interested. This battle and its consequences played a great role in consolidating national unity and establishing the modern values of democracy and human rights in America. The impact of the Battle of Gettysburg on the American Civil War. The Battle of Gettysburg is considered the turning point of the American Civil War in many ways. Before this battle, the Confederate States forces led by General Robert E. Lee had won several key battles and, by advancing north, hoped to undermine public morale and unity in the northern states. Lee's strategy was designed to weaken the Union forces psychologically and politically. But the defeat at Gettysburg thwarted this strategy and dealt a serious blow to the Confederates' ability to launch major offensives. The defeat of the Confederate forces in Gettysburg caused the Confederates to permanently refrain from re-entering the Northern Territory, and henceforth the war was transferred to the southern and defensive areas. This strategic repositioning was of great benefit to the Unions, helping to boost their morale and increase public confidence in the eventual victory of the Union. Gettysburg actually set a new course in the Civil War that made the end of slavery and Union victory more likely. Gettysburg Speech and Lincoln's lasting messages. The Gettysburg Address is one of the shortest yet most profound speeches in history, delivered by Abraham Lincoln in just 2 minutes. Although the speech was short, it had a profound effect on the American people and the world. In this speech, Lincoln explained the main purpose of the Civil War, as well as the ideals of America. In this speech, instead of focusing on military victory, Lincoln emphasized human values and basic principles of democracy. He said that the purpose of this war is not only to preserve unity, but to create a united nation with values based on freedom and equality. These messages became very inspiring for the audience of that time and informative and influential for future generations around the world. The speech was designed to both help ease the pain of bereaved families and show the public that the blood that was shed was for a noble cause. The Gettysburg Address has since been recognized as a fundamental statement for human rights, democracy, and national unity. Summary: Gettysburg as a symbol of American history and ideals. This cultural and historical heritage is still preserved and cherished in the Gettysburg National Military Park to teach future generations that one should always stand against injustice and oppression and to achieve great human ideals. Tried. The Appalachian Mountain Range is one of the oldest and largest mountain ranges in North America, starting from Quebec in Canada and extending to Alabama in the south of the United States. With abundant biodiversity, dense forests, natural springs, and beautiful mountain scenery, this mountain range has become a popular destination for tourists and nature lovers. Also, there are various hiking trails and roads that provide access and exploration in these mountains. Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trail is the most famous and longest hiking trail in this mountain range that starts in Georgia and extends to Maine. The length of this route is about 3,500 kilometers, and every year thousands of people from all over the world come to Appalachian to walk this challenging route. Landmarks of the Appalachian Trail. There are many points of interest on the Appalachian Trail, including Smoky Mountains, one of the most beautiful sections of the trail with pristine nature, waterfalls, and misty forests, located on the border of Tennessee and North Carolina. Appalachian River Ebony. The beautiful rivers of this area, along with traditional wooden bridges, have created a relaxing and spectacular atmosphere. The peak of Mount Washington, in the state of New Hampshire, it is the highest point of this route and is considered a serious challenge for climbers. Features of the Appalachian Trail. This trail is mostly designed for long-term hiking, and hikers must have sufficient physical fitness. Some parts of it are forested and others are rocky and difficult, but unique views are waiting for the nature walker. Blue Ridge Parkway. Blue Ridge Parkway is one of the most beautiful mountain roads in America, which crosses the Appalachian Mountains for 750 kilometers. This road starts from Virginia and continues to North Carolina. Blue Ridge Parkway is known as America's most beautiful drive, with its pristine scenery, beautiful stone bridges, and mountain views. Smoky Mountains Mountain Road. Great Smoky Mountains National Park is located on the border of Tennessee and North Carolina and is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Appalachia. The winding roads of this national park pass through lush forests and high mountains. The famous Clingman's Tick Road. This road leads to the highest peak of the park, called Clingman's 2. From this point, visitors can enjoy a unique 360-degree view of the surroundings. Codes Cove Road, one of the famous and scenic roads in the Smoky Mountains, which is popular with tourists for its views of open plains and green mountains, as well as the presence of animals such as black bears and elk. This national park is also famous for its waterfalls, historic caves, and wildflower gardens. Many hiking trails in this area allow tourists to get to know the unique biodiversity of this park. Shenandoah National Park and Skyline Drive. Shenandoah National Park is located in Virginia and is famous for its scenic Skyline Drive. This road stretches for 160 kilometers along the Blue Ridge Mountains and offers stunning views of the surrounding forests and valleys. Features of Skyline Drive. This road, with stunning natural scenery that changes in all seasons of the year, is one of the best routes to see the beauty of the autumn season and the colors of the trees. Walking routes. This national park has more than 800 kilometers of hiking trails, many of which reach waterfalls and natural springs. Historic Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian National Trail is known as one of the most historic hiking trails in the world. The road passes through 14 U.S. states along its route and provides an up-close look at the cultures, history, and lifestyles of the local Appalachian people. The road also passes through some historic villages and museums that provide visitors with a unique experience of Appalachian history and its people. Conclusion. The Appalachian Mountain Range, with its unique trails and roads, offers a variety of options for nature tourism, mountaineering, and tourism to those interested in nature and history. From beautiful winding roads to long hiking trails, the Appalachians offer many opportunities to explore the history, culture, and nature of America's mountains.